How's it going, everybody? Level and Diecast. We have Majorette action on tap today. That is the newest Deluxe release. I couldn't tell you a wave number or anything like that. That's not really the way that Majorette works, but this is the newest one hitting stores right now. We're going to take a look at that, but first I want to get into something that's a little bit different. So this is what they call the Grand series. These are sort of kind of popping up at certain retailers online here in the US. I don't know of anybody that actually carries these in store. These are clearly a bigger scale, a little bit more play-worthy, light and sound, opening parts. There's some die-cast to it. But just functionality and stuff like that. There's a little QR code right there if you want to try to get your hands on that. Take a look at it. I did buy this from Amazon. I think they're sold out now. They're probably going to be restocked, but I think they're sold out for now. This is just imported just like everything else from Majorette. Nothing fancy here. It is battery operated. You can see right there. It takes a couple of AAA batteries, which I think are already in there. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing open. We're going to take a look at this because, for one, I like trucks. Two, we like Majorette. And for three, this is something a little bit different that I kind of want to take a look at for the US market. There is a couple pieces of tape here on the top, the bottom. We'll get the tape done so we can get the side open. There we go. The truck will probably slide out for the most part from that point. Maybe. A lot of unnecessary packaging to this. There we go. Get the box out of the studio. We apologize for that. Looks like it might be screwed to the base, which it is, but they're just little pieces that you can just screw yourself and pop the material off or pop the vehicle off. That is a pretty cool idea. Wish more manufacturers would do something like that because I think that's a pretty cool idea. So we'll set the truck down. It does come with a little instruction booklet. It's not really going to be necessary. You press the buttons, it makes noises. That's pretty much it. Look at the ridiculous print on this thing. Insane. Insane. But in their defense, it's in a bunch of different languages, so that's just kind of the way it works. So, this is the garbage truck. Like I said, this is the Grand series. It does have some functionality to it. You do push some buttons, push something. I guess I should have read the instructions. There's some kind of control here. I made it do it in the box. I know it works, but maybe I need to look at the box. Anyways, it's got some functionality here. So this opens up, or doesn't open up, but this dumps for the trash bin, the included trash bin. There's a little flapper in there to keep it closed. The back does pop open. And then, of course, there is the chute in the back that dumps all the trash out. So it does all the functionality you'd expect. There is a little hatch on the top as well. So get something stuck in there or whatnot, you can always open the hatch to get it out. And then, of course, it dumps. So it literally does every single thing a trash truck should do. 100%, literally everything. So that is pretty cool. So get that down there. This is the little trash bin that it comes with. It does have a little lid to it. Just throw the lid up, throw the lid down. You can actually put some trash in there, but it's designed to have one of those little placeholder pieces in it to hold it in the package. So kind of robs some of the available space in there. But there's a little notch right here on the back. Sorry about that. You just put it in the little notch. Potentially. Because it just kind of sits in there a little bit. It's supposed to clip in there. I think it clips in there. I feel like if it clips in there, it can't get it out. So, it doesn't want to clip in there. Maybe it just sits on there. I know it works. I know it does what it's supposed to do. Interesting. Well, there is a notch on the back here. So the idea is obviously you put it on there. Maybe you might want to check the box. Maybe I want to be, like a legitimate consumer and actually read the instructions. After I'm like, oh, I don't need to read the instructions, but this is the way it'd work, and then it would just dump the trash in there. So it is functional, does work. This has rubber tires, so that looks pretty good. There's quite a bit of print and detail on it. There's where the axis of the batteries are. The Volvo print on the mud flaps looks pretty good. Does have pretty much simulated dualies in the back and then just single in the front. Looks pretty good. Not really, I don't remember how I got this thing to make noises. Let me look at the box. Okay, so I looked at the box and it says you're just supposed to push down on it. See that light and sound there. You're supposed to just push down right here. But it doesn't want to work. So my only guess is that maybe the batteries worked one time and now they're dead. Because I did try it out when I first got it and pulled it out of the box from Amazon, but now it doesn't want to work. So that is unfortunate. But like I said, it just takes a couple of AAA batteries, which I think I might have some hanging around. So you take the screw out, you pop your little cover off. There's your Majorette branded batteries, which is hilarious. So they have their own branded batteries. I'm going to do a little bit of a potential hack here. Sometimes this works. If I can put the batteries in the correct direction. There we go. So it should hopefully work now. I was hoping that maybe it would just work from moving the batteries and just hacking it. So let's see. Put the cover back on there. See, there was a little safety tab in there that you pull out to make it start working. But this one didn't want to. Apparently it only wanted to work one time, and that was it. So there's nothing to make it do anything else. Like it doesn't, there's no way to activate it any other way. You're supposed to push down on it, but there's no button. So I'm not really sure how it's supposed to work. But it worked the first time. Worked the first time I tried it. But ever since then, now it doesn't want to work. So that's unfortunate. So ridiculous. It's still pretty cool though. I mean, as a model, it's pretty cool though. So it does light up. These lights light up. The headlights light up. And then of course it makes like truck sounds. Expect, you know, the stuff you'd expect it to do. So definitely didn't turn out the way that I wanted to, but that's quite okay. All right, let's move on to the Deluxe stuff here in the back. This stuff is kind of interesting. So I had a very brief conversation with Majorette Australasia actually, via Instagram on kind of how Deluxe cars are going. So Majorette, they don't do waves like Hot Wheels and Matchbox and pretty much everybody else does. Waves are not how they put product out. So in order to combat that for the US market, basically what they're doing is they're just grabbing models from all of their ranges, just random models, throwing some rubber tires on them, and then just throwing them as a Deluxe model. That's pretty much all they're doing. So they're not really creating anything new per se, but it is new product at the same time. It's kind of an interesting way of doing things. I think it's a pretty smart idea. So this is the exact same one that came out in the vintage line with almost the exact same wheel, but this one is, you know, rubber tire style. So the only thing that they add is the box. So the box art and the card art in the back doesn't change because it doesn't need to. So we'll go ahead and pull this out. This is the original Lamborghini Countach LP 400. So Majorette is also doing the new one as well. So this one just has some really nice metallic red, which looks fantastic. There is some suspension to this model. You'll see the bars in there, but there's just no wheel travel really in there to use. Again, they are rubber tires. So Majorette's rubber tires are kind of interesting. They wrap around the back. So they're kind of an interesting style, but they look pretty good. It's pretty much the exact same wheel as the main line or the vintage line one they did. This does have opening parts, which looks good. The doors don't open all that much, but it looks pretty good. I do like that. The wing is metal in the back. Full prints on the back look pretty good. And then there's your deets there. It looks good. Of course, still lensed headlights because it's Majorette. It's how they roll. All right, next one up is the Bugatti Chiron Pure Sport. This one is from their racing car line in the black and orange. So really hoping to get my hands on that black and orange one. And I guess technically I'm getting an even better version of it now, or the US, I should say. We are getting a better version because we get the real riders on it. But I don't know, kind of want all the versions. Again, just pointless boxes. The boxes are pointless. They really, really are. So there is your Bugatti Chiron Pure Sport. Does have number 16 printed on the front. Looks good. Bugatti's on there as well. Love the orange interior. The orange stripes. Looks good. Super gloss black. See, this one has suspension too. A little bit of wheel travel in there. Not a lot, but a little bit. So again, these are rubber tires. I know it doesn't seem like it, but Majorette has an interesting way of doing their rubber tires, which I think is cool. They do things their own way. Does have EB there in the back for the Bugatti symbol. This model does sit a bit high. It's definitely a little bit off-roady. The non-Real Rider version sits a teensy bit better, but for the most part, this model just, the stance is not right. The casting is great, but the stance is not very good at all. So we'll throw it in there. All right, this one is a bit ridiculous. This deco is very old. They've been using this deco for the 911 GT3 RS for a very, very long time. And they're just throwing some rubber tires on this deco that's been out just too many times. They've been running that green deco for probably a good 3 or 4 years. It's really ridiculous. You know, especially because they're doing so much stuff with Porsche. I don't understand why we couldn't have got a different deco than this green one. So, we'll close that up. Again, we've seen this one on the channel a bunch of times, this green one with this deco, but this is a new wheel. So, we'll take the fact that it's a new wheel. There is some suspension as well. The problem is like I said, there's just no space for wheel travel. But at least they roll. They don't catch or anything like that. It looks pretty good with this wheel. It's a 6-spoke, kind of a bead lock on the edge. It's kind of an interesting wheel. It looks pretty good though. Again, just opening doors. That Chiron had opening doors too, so really nothing fancy, nothing new here. All right, for the classic car guys, we do have the Ford Mustang. This deco, I'm not sure where it's come out yet. I don't think I've seen this particular deco, but it's probably in the vintage car line. I don't think that we're getting new decos here in the U.S. per se, except for maybe from that High Ace right there, because I have not seen that High Ace yet. And I happen to be a little bit of a fan of the High Ace, so we'll get the box out of there. There is the Mustang, the white stripes, just a little bit off. There's some indentions there for the hood. You can see that in the reflection and the casting. This looks good. I really, really like this tire that they have, this wheel. It looks really, really good. It looks extremely good on Porsches, by the way. But it looks really good on this Mustang as well. The prints on the front look fantastic. This one looks very, very, very good. Mustang on the side. Full prints on the back. So they do all have plastic bases. But there is suspension in there. And of course, you know, like I said, they have the moving parts and stuff like that. So they are exactly like, you know, Matchbox Collectors or Hot Wheels Premium. Except for they are significantly cheaper. These are only $3.99. So only $4 a piece for these, which I think is a steal. It's an absolute bargain. A little bit of suspension action for you. All right. I was really shocked to see this. I was really shocked to see that they gave us a High Ace. 99% of everything they've released so far has been very, very U.S. market friendly. As far as like castings that you know, people in the U.S. can probably identify with. You know, we don't get a lot of we don't get like the Peugeots and the Renaults and stuff like that, because we don't have Renault and Peugeot and all that stuff in the U.S. So I get it. Majorette doesn't want to release those because there's really no point. But I was very pleasantly surprised when they decided to drop this one. I absolutely love the High Ace. Big fan of the Toyota High Ace for sure. This one has yet another Real Rider style wheel on it. It's a 5-star kind of wheel. Looks good. It says Majorette.com on the side. Bilstein kind of racing style for this High Ace. Looks good. It says Toyota High Ace on the back. Really, really like that. Kind of a greenish blue tinted window. Looks good. Kind of an aqua color interior. Very interesting color combination. But this one looks pretty good. I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if this deco is maybe from tune-ups, maybe. Could be from the tune-up series, but I'll have to check that out. But yeah, now that I'm thinking of it, that could be from the tune-ups, because it's a pretty wild deco. But I really like that one a lot. I love the Hiace. So cool. Hiace is super, super cool. Get those guys back there on the screen. And then, of course, we get a very, very cool one, which I think will actually be quite popular. This is the GTR Nismo GT3. So this is the one from the Black Edition 5-pack. This one looks good, though, because it comes with black 5-spokes on top of that. So if you get that Black Edition 5-pack, which is available at hobby dealers here in the U.S., you can get the standard version of the Black GTR, and then you can get this one. This one is very, very cool. It just looks cool on the box art, too, because it looks like a test car. That's the cool part about it. It looks like it's a test car. It is in matte black. So you see it just soaks up all of that light, which looks good. You look on the roof, you see a couple of kind of circular indentions there. So it is tooled up to have either a roof accessory or a light bar, which is kind of interesting for this particular one. Maybe they'll do a pace car or something. I don't know. There is the deets on the back. Of course, it says Nismo, GT3, GTR, all that stuff like that. Looks good. Wing is plastic, but it looks fantastic. This casting is very good. Looks really, really good with the black 5-spokes. So it just says Raise and Motul on the side there, which looks good. A little bit of print for the door handle and stuff like that. This is again, very, very good casting. Looks excellent. Get that to focus there a little bit on the grill, hopefully. Very, very hard to get that. Very, very small print in there. This one is like an actual true race car. If I can get the doors to cooperate a little bit. So you do have a full roll cage and everything in there. Racing interior, racing seat. There is no passenger seat. So the interior is very, very good on this one. So again, there is suspension to it, but there's just not a whole lot of wheel travel in there. And then there is your base deets. So they claim this is a true 1/64 scale. This particular GTR. It's a little bit bigger, so it could be. It could be a true 1/64 scale. But we'll kind of slide these over, make a little bit of room so we can bring our ridiculous trash truck up there. Really disappointed that the batteries didn't work. That's brand spanking new out the box, and the batteries don't work. They don't, like, this thing just, it will not do anything. It will not do what it's designed to do. And by the way, only the cab is metal and the gas tank. Everything else is plastic, by the way. Just throwing that out there. But there you go. There's a little bit of Matchbox. A little bit of Majorette action for you guys today. Didn't go quite as smoothly as I was hoping for with the trash truck. But, you know, it is what it is. We don't have things that are polished up here. That's real life. You guys might run into that problem if you buy that too. So we do what we do here. So no editing. So appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. We're going to roll out. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Level Diecast. Peace.